Near Houston, Texas stands the tallest column monument in the world, the San Jacinto Monument. It was established to honor those who fought at the Battle of San Jacinto in 1836. Why exactly is there a monument for the 1836 Battle of San Jacinto? Why was this 18-minute battle so important in Texas history? Here's a quick recap of the events that led to this short but monumental battle. In September of 1835, the Battle of Gonzales marked the first official battle of the Texas Revolution. Mexico tried to take back a cannon that was given to the colonists for defense against Native Americans. After numerous failed attempts, the colonists continued to refuse. They famously pointed at the cannon and said, "There it is, come and take it." This made Santa Anna really mad. He rounded up thousands of men and set march into Texas in hopes of putting an end to this revolution. In late February 1836 into early March in San Antonio de Béjar, the siege of the Alamo ensued. Of course, the Mexican army eventually claimed victory. Now, in late March of 1836, Mexican General Jose Urrea defeated James Walker Fannin at the Battle of Coleto Creek at Goliad. Fannin and his men were all eventually executed on the orders of Santa Anna. With high hopes of crushing the Texas government, Santa Anna and his men continued to march to the east towards the coastline. With the Texas Revolution looking bleak, many settlers abandoned their homes and fled eastward towards the Louisiana border. Meanwhile, General Sam Houston and the Texas Army also retreated east, avoiding major conflicts knowing there was little chance for victory. Coming to a fork in the road, Houston decided between Nacogdoches and Harrisburg. Now, by this point, everyone knows Santa Anna is not a good guy. By early April, the Texas Army received its only artillery, a pair of 6-pound guns called the Twin Sisters. Now, both armies are headed for Lynch's Ferry where Buffalo Bayou and the San Jacinto Bay meet. A cool wet morning on April 20th, the Texian army arrived first and set up camp in a wooded area along the Buffalo Bayou. The small Mexican army arrived a bit later and a small skirmish ensued. Santa Anna eventually set up camp about 200 yards east and abandoned the high ground. He was so confident he didn't even post any lookouts. After no signs of advancement from the Texas Army, on the morning of April 21st, Santa Anna assumed there would be no fight that day. Later that afternoon, Houston and his troops quietly made their move and flanked the Mexican camp in hopes of surprising them. Spoiler alert, that move would ultimately prove to be victorious. The battle ensued when Texians pressed, not giving Mexican army any time to organize. "Remember the Alamo" and "Remember Goliad" was the battle cry of the vengeful Texians. Many Mexicans fled, including Santa Anna, who was found and captured the next day disguised as a Mexican soldier. Santa Anna surrendered and ordered his troops to withdraw. On May 14th, the Treaty of Velasco was signed and proclaimed Texas independence and a new nation. Texas was eventually annexed by the United States. Santa Anna was still upset, causing and losing the Mexican-American War. So back to our original question. Why is the Battle of San Jacinto so important? Not only did Mexico lose Texas, but they also lost Arizona, California, New Mexico, Nevada, Utah, southwestern Colorado, and southwestern Wyoming. As a result of the 18-minute battle, the United States gained almost a third of its current territory. The San Jacinto Museum of History is housed in the base of the monument. The museum also serves as a way to revisualize the history of Texas and the Spanish Southwest. A large star atop the monument symbolizes the Lone Star State, while scriptures along the monument's base depict 8 significant periods in the history of the Republic of Texas. Also at the San Jacinto Battleground State Historic Site is the battleship Texas, which was donated to the state of Texas by the United States Navy in 1948 and became the first American battleship to become a permanent museum. Overall, the San Jacinto Battleground is a great place to learn some Texas history, spend some time with your family, and just
Hi.
take in the view.
Hello.